that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello, everyone. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Welcome to Anaheim.
Electric atmosphere here tonight, Mike. Let's meet tonight's starting goaltenders. In goal, for Chicago, Jeff Hackett. And in the opposite net, for Anaheim, Guy Hebert.
We're just about ready for the start of tonight's game in Anaheim. One back, Korea. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Puck brought along by Jamnok. The Blackhawks set up shot. Bats it ahead. Cutting in. Solani. Big blast. Hackett starts it the other way. Over to Gaze. Korea bringing it ahead. Shooting. Chicago with it. Saved by Hebert.
That was a close call.
On the wing. Solani at... Score! Solani with the big blast. Blackhawks now find themselves trailing.
He got real good wood on that one. That's about as well as he can fire it. Hebert to Marshall. He slides it over to Solani, and he does the rest.
The draw at center ice. Ruchin wins the draw. Miller fires a slapper. Anaheim won the Blackhawks. 0. He can't get it. Hebert starts it the other way. Pusher races back to get it. Angles it off the board. Big drive. Finds Pusher. Marha bringing it ahead. Cutting in. People have come to expect better numbers by Gilmore.
It's one of those things you can't explain.
Won by the Mighty Ducks. Crunch by Holler.
Holler, physical in this game right off the hop.
Kicked out. Hackett.
Hackett. Boy, is he looking sharp.
3-on-2. Big save.
He was right there.
Solani bringing it ahead.
1 minute remaining.
Solani gets shoved. Holler along the board. Hebert with the chest save. Doesn't connect. Gaze races back to get it. Hebert, the save.
He was right there.
Big save. Dumps it into the corner. That's the end of the first period. Anaheim won the Blackhawks 0. We're just about ready for the start of the second period.
Oh, it's still anyone's game. This one could go down to the wire.
Face-off won by Green. Daze with it at the point. Gathered in, Marshall. Anaheim with it. Save, Hackett. Gathered in by Jamnok. Big save.
Holy jumping. What a save.
3-on-2 if they hurry. To Holler. Olchek at the point. Chicago chases it down. Odd man rush. Coffey starts it the other way. On the wing. Jamnok with it. Jamnok fires away. Doesn't connect. Olchek fights off the check. Solani bringing it ahead. Solani scores! Another goal by Solani. The Blackhawks find themselves trailing by even more.
No chance for the goaltender on that one. There's no way I would have had it. Perfectly placed shot by Solani. Great puck movement by Anaheim. They really put on a clinic on that one.
Draw in the neutral zone. Ruchin fires away. Oh, is he hit?
That's what you call physical hockey.
Played by Hackett. The Mighty Ducks set up shop. In the corner. Save, Hackett.
That's a good scoring opportunity. It goes down as a quality chance.
Miller handles the puck. Miller, a drive. Gilmore retrieves it. Denied by Hebert.
Great chance there.
Leclerc on a 3-on-2. Leclerc not putting up the numbers he has in the past in points.
It's one of those things you can't explain.
The Blackhawks win the draw.
1 minute left of the second period.
Finds Olchek. Marshall races back to get it. Jamnok retrieves it. Chicago trails. Hackett there to make the stop.
That was a good opportunity.
Holler zigzags his way in down the boards. Big save. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. Anaheim 2, the Blackhawks 0. We're moments away from the start of the third period. One back to Coffey. Anaheim back to get it. Marshall doesn't connect. Olchek not getting up.
Sometimes an injury like that'll go numb for a while, and then it comes around. Initially, it looked just like another hockey player falling in a hockey game, but this one doesn't look good.
Olchek still trying to shake off the effects of that collision. Green skates it up on the wing. Solani controls at the point. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Anaheim will lose a man to the penalty box, and Chicago gets a chance on the power play.
Chicago, a chance to close the gap.
Anaheim penalty, number 8, Teemu Solani. 4 minutes for elbowing.
When a guy gets under your skin, sometimes you're a little less careful with those elbows.
Penalty called by the referee. Solani will head to the box.
This team has really been deadly on the power play.
The draw at center ice. Blackhawks control at the point. Shooting! Long to Marshall. The Blackhawks with the extra skate. Jamnov along the board. Big save! The Holler. The Blackhawks set up shot. Big save!
Great chance there.
Marshall bringing it ahead. Marshall in the corner. Feeds it across. Gilmore bringing it ahead. Big flag. Passes the puck to Ruchin. Over to Gilmore. Puck brought along by Correa. Marshall takes a little shove. Rink wide to Jamnov. Feeds it across. Jamnov pushed off the puck. Short pass to Ruchin. Ruchin with it at the point. Off the mark. Less than a minute remaining on the power play. Finds Jamnov. The Blackhawks on a 3-on-2.
1 minute left of the third period.
And this will even things out.
That was not a smart penalty. When you're on the power play, you need to concentrate on scoring, not revenge.
Chicago penalty, number 93, Doug Gilmore. 2 minutes for high sticking.
Penalty called by the referee. Gilmore will head to the box. Daze faces off in his own zone. Marha slammed into the board. Luchin along the board. Daze at the point. Score! Daze on the wrister.
Chicago, an easy goal on the mistake by the goaltender.
The goal is under review.
The goal is being reviewed for a possible crease violation.
Let's see. Does the player enter the crease before the puck does?
No goal.
After the review, no goal.
New life for the Ducks.
Face off in neutral ice. Power play opportunity squandered by Chicago. Miller, a drive. For my partner Darren Pang, Mike Emmerich saying good night all.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 39, Travis Green. The second star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 8, Teemu Solani. And the first star of the game from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 31, Guy Hebert.
Say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thanks for joining us tonight. Along with Darren Pang, Mike Emmerich, we're just about set to drop the puck.
Great to be here, Mike. Let's take a look at the starting goalies for tonight's game. Starting for Anaheim, Guy Hebert. And in the other net, in goal for Tampa Bay, Darren Pupa.
We're ready for tonight's game in Tampa Bay. Green wins the draw. Dancing in. Green in the corner. Cutting in. Big drive. Marshall sets it up. Holler in the corner. Sends it off the boards to Correa. Green with a slap shot. Marshall races back to get it. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Feeds it across. Marshall at the point. Quick shot. Sikora hurls it off the boards. Shooting. Feeds it across. Solani races back to get it. Richer retrieves it. Holler with it. Right in front of the net. Walks in front. Intercepted by Correa. Eisenbach skates it up on the wing. Marshall races back to get it. Eisenbach in the corner. Solani trolls at the point. Green retrieves it. Langkow starts it the other way. Correa races back to get it. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. That one out of reach. Marshall at the point.
1 minute remaining.
Guides it on to Richer. Holler starts it the other way. Sing whistled against. The point. Left side to Pusher. Marhoff leading the rush. That's the end of the first period. Tampa Bay 0, the Mighty Ducks 0. We're moments away from the start of the second period.
Still a lot of hockey left in this one.
The Mighty Ducks win the draw. Kicked out.
Holy jumping! What a save!
Pass picked off by Richer. Cross ice pass. On the wing. Eisenbach at the point. Maria skates it up on the wing. Salami pushed off the puck. Eisenbach at the point. Eisenbach got it in, but an offside call. Wilkie zigzags his way in down the board. In the corner. Janney with it. Janney stopped the puck. He can't get it. Wow, what a bone-jarring hit.
Rucher, physical and...
Score! Marhoff with the big blast. The Lightning now find themselves trailing.
He got real good wood on that one. That's about as well as he can fire it. Not much to that one, Doc. Just one pass, a shot in the goal.
Face off at center ice. Correa at the point. Anaheim chases it down. Big blast. Salami starts it the other way. With the big blast. And that goal ties it up.
Well, that goal really got the crowd back into the game. Richer doesn't need any help on that one.
Face off at center ice. Leclerc pushed off the puck. Left side to Eisenbach. Odd man rush. Feeds Marhoff. The Mighty Ducks ruled offside. Draw in the neutral zone. Right in front of the net. Taps it ahead. Scores time. Shooting. Feeds it across. Janney, a drive. Salami in the corner. Correa skates it up on the wing. Correa races back to get it.
1 minute left in the period.
Karenberg. Janney along the board. Quick shot. Cross ice pass. Correa bringing it ahead. Cutting in. Taps it ahead. Salami gets bumped. That one blocked.
He sacrificed his body for the team on that one.
That's the end of the second period. Tampa Bay won. The Mighty Ducks won. We're ready now for the start of the third period.
Boy, we could be looking at overtime here, Mike.
Won by Anaheim. Dancing in. Comes to Langkow. Eisenberg in ahead of the play. Tampa Bay having trouble scoring.
The Lightning really struggling offensively this year.
The draw at center ice. Langkow leading the rush. Correa looking. Sikora races back to get it. Eisenberg bringing it ahead. Eisenberg starts it the other way. Marshall leading the rush. Marshall fires a slapper to Langkow. Richer controls at the point. Feeds it across. The Mighty Ducks with it. Right in front of the net. Finds Cullimore in the corner. Cross-ice pass. Correa gets shoved. Tampa Bay won. The Mighty Ducks won. Hebert sets it up. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Over to Anderson. Anderson controls at the point. Leclerc retrieves it. Leclerc with it. Leclerc, a drive. Cutting in the corner. Wing wide to Renberg. Cutting in. Kicked out by Hebert. Off to Marhoff. Marhoff leading the rush.
1 minute remaining.
Puck brought along, Bannister. It hit the goalpost.
He missed scoring by just a couple of inches.
The score is tied. Under 20 seconds remaining in the period. Off the goalpost.
Oh, he had him beaten.
Into the corner. Overtime is next. Tampa Bay won. The Mighty Ducks. We're just about ready for the start of the overtime period. One back to Cullimore. Played by Pupa. Green retrieves it. Right in front of the net. Over to Cullimore. Anaheim chases it down. To Eisenberg. Marshall zigzags his way in down the board. Feeds it across. Holler bringing it ahead. Puck brought along by Holler. Sikora races back to get it. Hebert in the corner. Marshall starts it the other way. The score is tied. Walks in front. Stood up by Correa. Richer looking. Holler skates his way through the neutral zone. Holler looking. Salami races back to get it. Sikora leading the rush. That one out of reach. Feeds it across. Holler races back to get it. Salami bringing it ahead. Kicked out by Pupa.
Momentum, as always, plays a big role. Anaheim with the upper hand right now.
Advances the puck to Eisenberg. He was belted by Marshall.
Marshall, physical in this game right off the hop.
Crunched by Eisenberg.
Boy, was he punished.
1 minute left in overtime.
Play stops as a penalty is called. And Anaheim will go on the power play.
Langkow begging for his teammates to take him off the hook with a great penalty kill.
Tampa Bay penalty, number 18, Damon Langkow. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Langkow gets his stick up and draws the penalty.
Langkow into the box for cross-checking.
The power play has been running on all cylinders for the Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks win the draw. Solani tees it up. Cutting in. Doesn't get through.
Well, that takes guts because that puck isn't soft.
Solani races back to get it. The Mighty Ducks control at the point.
This was a hard-fought game, but it ends in a tie.
For my partner Darren Pang, this is Mike Emmerich saying so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 10, Josef Marha. The second star from the Tampa Bay Lightning, number 44, Stefan Richer.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, everyone. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Welcome to St. Louis.
Oh, electric atmosphere here tonight, Mike. Let's meet tonight's starting goaltenders. In goal for Anaheim, Guy Hebert. And in the opposite net for St. Louis, Grant Fuhr.
We're just about ready for the start of tonight's game in St. Louis. One back, Kalani. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Marshall waits behind his own net. Marshall along the board. That shot's wide. Cutting in. Pass picked off by Eastwood. The Blues set up shop. Puck brought along by Marshall. York with the glove save.
Great chance there.
He was belted by Eastwood.
Green absolutely hammered out there.
York retrieves it. Eastwood takes a little shove. Rayom trolls at the point. Holler retrieves it. Solani leading the rush. York there to make the stop. Rink wide to Campbell. That one out of reach.
Quiet crowd here today.
Kicked out by Hebert. Pusher retrieves it. Marha skates his way through the neutral zone. Luchin races back to get it. Stood up by Marha. Campbell looking. Hebert there to make the stop. Pusher retrieves it. Marha with it. Marha, a drive. Luchin in the corner. Denied by Fjord. When this guy's playing well, it gives his team a good shot at winning.
Mike Grant-Fuhr is an old wily veteran. His team has confidence in him in all situations because they know he's been through everything before.
Rayom wins the draw.
1 minute left in the period.
Korea! Snared by Fjord.
He was right there.
Pushes it up. Rayom on a 3-on-2. The period almost over.
The crowd is waiting for something to happen right now.
Quick shot. And that'll do it for the first period. St. Louis, 0. The Mighty Ducks, 0. We are set for the start of the second period.
We've got a real good one going now, Mike.
Face-off won by Rayom. They score! A blistering shot by Turgeon. The Blues are out in front.
That was a great shot. He was just able to squeak it into the corner. Rayom to McAlpine. He slides it over to Turgeon, and he does the rest.
St. Louis goal, number 77, Pierre Turgeon, assisted by number 19, Chris McAlpine, and number 25, Pascal Rayom.
Assisted by McAlpine and Rayom. Cross-ice pass. Rayom the point. Finds Holler. The Mighty Ducks with it. Right in front of the net. McAlpine in the corner. Finds Turgeon. Sends it off the boards to Korea. Cutting in the corner. He can't get it. On the wing. Rayom, the point. St. Louis chases it down. Anaheim trying to tie it up. Marshall gave a good pummeling to Rayom. This won't change the number of skaters.
St. Louis penalty, number 25, Pascal Rayom, 5 minutes for fighting. Anaheim penalty, number 23, Jason Marshall, 5 minutes for fighting.
Both decided they wanted to go, and after that, there was no stopping them.
Each player will receive a fighting major. The draw at center ice. Courtnall races back to get it. Hey there, the save. Pushes it up. Puck brought along by Marha. Kick wide by Fjord. Ball down in front.
That's a rough area.
Score! And that stretches the lead.
No chance for the goaltender on that one. Perfectly placed shot by Campbell. Courtnall got it to Campbell, and he buries it.
Face off at center ice. Draw one by the Mighty Ducks. Shot. Anaheim chases it down. To Green. McAlpine skates his way through the neutral zone. Solani with it at the point. Kick wide by Fjord. Puck brought along by Eastwood. Save by Hebert. Feeds it across. Solani skates it up on the wing. That one blocked.
That was a great defensive play.
Feeds it along to Picard.
1 minute remaining.
They're looking. Here we go. The olive branch is waved. Number of players on the ice will remain the same here.
St. Louis penalty, number 77, Pierre Turgeon, 5 minutes for fighting. Anaheim penalty, number 8, Teemu Solani, 5 minutes for fighting.
All else fails, a lot of guys resort to fighting.
That little scrap will cost each of these players 5 minutes. Face off one by Courtnall. A long blast by Campbell. Hands it to Marha. Puck brought along by Marha. Kicked out by Fjord. Shooting! That's the end of the second period. St. Louis 2, the Mighty Ducks 0. We're moments away from the start of the third period. Face off one by Green. Dancing in. Green starts it the other way. Left side to Kennedy. Crunch by Eastwood.
That's what you call physical hockey.
Puck brought along by Correa. Here we go. They earned them. Those players will be substituted for.
St. Louis penalty, number 32, Mike Eastwood, 5 minutes for fighting. Anaheim penalty, number 39, Travis Green, 5 minutes for fighting.
Each guy wanted a piece of the other guy, and they got their wish.
5 minutes apiece for the combatants. Draw in the neutral zone. Anaheim chases it down. Off the goal post.
Wow, was that close?
Drury gets shoved.
It takes a tough player to stand in front of that net.
The Mighty Ducks trail. Walks in front. Puck brought along by Kennedy. Takes a shot. Sandstrom skates it up on the wing. Denied by Fjord. Correa fights off the check. Kennedy skates his way through the neutral zone. Correa with it. A long blast by Correa. Puck brought along by Picard. Chase takes a little shove. Slap shot. In the corner. Kick wide by Fjord. Holland slammed into the board.
He was completely leveled.
Walks in front. Anaheim back to get it. Correa gets bumped.
1 minute left in regulation.
Chase skates it up on the wing. On the wing. Right in front of the net. Over to the card. Anaheim behind. Card skates it up on the wing. Crunch by Correa.
Boy, was he punished.
For my partner Darren Pang, this is Mike Emmerich saying so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the St. Louis Blues, number 10, Jim Campbell. The second star from the St. Louis Blues, number 77, Pierre Turgeon. And the first star of the game from the St. Louis Blues, number 31, Grant Fjord.
Hello, everyone. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Welcome to Anaheim.
Oh, electric atmosphere here tonight, Mike. Let's meet tonight's starting goaltenders. Getting the nod in goal For Philadelphia, John Van Beesbrook. And at the other end of the ice, for Anaheim, Guy Hebert.
We're ready to get underway in Anaheim. Face-off won by Green. Lindros. He scores! Lindros finds the range. The Flyers take the lead.
Because of the time he had and the space he had, he's able to blow it right by the goaltender. That one was just a great individual effort.
Philadelphia goal, number 88, Eric Lindros.
Lindros, unassisted. Philadelphia chases it down. Blocked by Hebert. Score! Salami with the big blast. And we're all tied up.
That goal is going to get the crowd right back into this game. Great puck movement by Anaheim. They really put on a clinic on that one.
Assisted by Marshall. And Hebert. Doesn't connect. Pusher in the corner. We get an icing here, and the face-off will be back at the other end. Bratton faces off in his own zone. Philadelphia back to get it. Anaheim won the Flyers. Cross-ice pass. Salami keys it up. Taps it ahead. Correa handles the puck. Feeds it across. Salami with it. Right in front of the net. Intercepted by Day. Correa! Brindamore retrieves it. To Grattan. Day races back to get it. In behind. Score! Day with the big blast. Mighty Ducks now find themselves trailing.
Just a little bad luck as the puck somehow finds its way through.
The draw at center ice. The Mighty Ducks win the draw. Bannister sets it up. Off to Marha. 3-on-2. Snagged by Van Beesbrook. Karem's off the boards. On the wing. Banks it off the wall to Leclerc. Wrist shot. To Leclerc. Philadelphia would love to have an insurance goal. Leclerc controls at the point. Right side to Lindros. Hebert in the corner.
1 minute left in the period.
Saved by Hebert.
That was a good opportunity.
Marha leading the rush. Slap shot. Smothered by Van Beesbrook. Grattan faces off in his own zone. Philadelphia back to get it. Big shot. Gathered in by Marshall. Philadelphia 2, the Mighty Ducks 1. We are set for the start of the second period.
Anaheim not out of this one yet.
Face-off won by Green. Shooting! Lindros waits behind his own net. He can't get it. To Therrien. Therrien starts it the other way. Hebert sets it up. Covered by Hebert. Dave takes a little shove. Brindamore controls at the point. Dancing in. Kicked wide by Hebert.
Ooh, chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
Kicked out by Van Beesbrook.
That was a good chance. They were just unable to convert.
Stoppage of play on a two-line pass. Anaheim plays well in overtime.
They've been able to squeeze quite a few extra points out of overtime this year.
Face off in the left circle. One back to Lonnie. Philadelphia 2, the Mighty Ducks 1. Green zigzags his way in down the board. Marshall appears to be shaken up.
This does not bode well for the Ducks. Health is a key factor in any team's success. Oh, he was down searching for the puck and never saw the man coming his way.
Marshall skates gingerly back to the bench. Let's hope he's okay. Green faces off in his own zone. Solani retrieves it. Solani skates his way through the neutral zone. Feeds it across. Cross ice pass. Stood up by Sillinger. Leclerc in the corner. Over to Lindros. Therrien passes. Correa looking. Hits the goal post.
Oh, you gotta love that post if you're a goalie.
Puck brought along by Lindros. Behind the net.
1 minute left in the second period.
They score! Second by Solani. And we're all tied up.
That goal is going to get the crowd right back into this game. Solani doesn't need any help on that one.
The draw at center ice. McGillis in the corner. That one out of reach. Anaheim chases it down. In the corner. The period almost over. Svoboda skates it up on the wing. Bannister sets it up. Advances the puck to Ruchin. And that'll do it for the second period. Anaheim 2, the Flyers 2. We are set for the start of the third period.
We've got a close one. This one's still up in the air.
Lindros wins the draw. Loads it up and fires. That one out of reach. Over to Joseph. In the corner. Holler along the boards. Holler sit at the point. Gathered in by Terrien. Left side to Sillinger. Right in front of the net. Van Beesbrook, the save.
Korea misfired on that puck right in front.
Slap shot. The Mighty Ducks will be assessed a penalty. And Philadelphia gets a chance on the power play.
Oh, not a good penalty. Philadelphia with a chance to take the lead now.
Anaheim penalty for 39. Travis Green. 2 minutes for high sticking.
Green into the box for high sticking.
The power play has been running on all cylinders for the Flyers.
One by Philadelphia. Pass picked off by Lindros. Korea skates his way through the neutral zone. That was a two-line penalty. Anaheim having trouble scoring.
Offense has been a weak spot of this team.
Sillinger faces off in his own zone. Day leading the right. Saved by Hebert. Long to Marha. Marha at the point. Saved by Van Beesbrook.
Van Beesbrook. Boy, is he looking sharp.
He missed the net. Cut off by Sillinger. Over to Bannister. Off to Sillinger. Sillinger retrieves it. Puck brought along, Bannister. Slap shot. Van Beesbrook covers it. Bannister not putting up the numbers he has in the past in power play goals.
Those numbers aren't helping his team's power play percentage.
Face off in the left circle. Cross ice pass. The Flyers fail to take advantage of that power play opportunity. Korea ringing it ahead. Kicked wide by Van Beesbrook. Cross ice pass. Holler bringing it ahead.
1 minute left in regulation.
In the corner. Feeds it across. Cross ice pass. Anaheim back to... They score! Luchin finds the back of the net. Mighty Ducks are out in front.
Just not enough time for the goaltender to get across, Doc. Not much to that one, Doc. Just one pass, a shot and a goal.
Draw in the neutral zone. Spins. Under 20 seconds remaining in the period. Loads it up and fires. Cross ice pass. Saved by Hebert. He was right there. The final horn sounds, and this one goes into the books as a victory for Anaheim.
Not much difference between these two teams tonight.
For my partner Darren Pang, this is Mike Emmerich saying so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star, the Philadelphia Flyers. Number 19, Alexander Day. The second star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 20, Steve Ruchin. And the first star of the game from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 8, Teemu Solani.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Greetings and welcome to Anaheim. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Almost time for tonight's face-off.
Great to be here, Mike. Let's take a look at the starting goalies for tonight's game. Between the pipes, for Dallas, Ed Belfour. And in the other net, in goal, for Anaheim, Guy Hebert.
We're live in Anaheim. One back to Matvechuk. Loads it up and fires. Leads it along to Green. That was a two-line pass. The Mighty Ducks, strong in overtime.
They've had great success in overtime this year.
Green faces off in his own zone. Matvechuk fires a slapper. Marshall starts it the other way. Solani retrieves it. Denied by Belfour.
He was right there.
Saved by Belfour.
That was a laser beam of a shot.
Shooting! Finds Marshall. Big shot. To Madonna. In the corner. Dallas chases it down. Leads it across. Guides it on to Green. Puck brought along by Matvechuk. Off the wall to Correa. Holler. And the Mighty Ducks are offside. Face off in the left circle. Marha bringing it ahead. Bannister skates it up on the wing. Pusher leading the rush. Rockets one. Didn't get through. He was belted by Langenbrunner.
Langenbrunner, physical in this game right from the start.
Branch is waved. Those players will be substituted for.
Anaheim penalty, number 5, Drew Bannister, 5 minutes for fighting. Dallas penalty, number 15, Jamie Langenbrunner, 5 minutes for fighting.
Each guy wanted a piece of the other guy, and they got their wish.
5 minutes apiece for the combatants. Green faces off in his own zone.
Both teams very cautious right now, still feeling each other out.
In the corner. Dallas with it. Finds Lehtinen. Lehtinen pushed off the puck.
1 minute left of the first period.
Belfour there to make the stop.
He was right there.
The Mighty Ducks set up shot. Verbeek at the point. Saved by Hebert. The period almost over. 3 on 2 if they hurry. In the corner. Anaheim chases it down. And that'll do it for the first period. Anaheim 0, the Stars 0. We're moments away from the start of the second period.
We've got a real good one going now, Mike.
Won by the Stars. Walks in front. Guides it on to Hull. Haller along the boards. Big shot. Banks it off the wall to Lehtinen. Dallas back to get it. Hull tees it up. Over to Lehtinen. Cross-ice pass. Belfour races back to get it. Advances the puck to Hull. Modano. He scores! Modano finds the range. Stars take the lead.
Doc, he picked a corner and nailed that one. Great puck movement by Dallas. They really put on a clinic on that one.
Draw in the neutral zone. Draw one by the mighty Ducks. Ruchin zigzags his way in down the board. Skrudland skates it up on the wing. Ruchin pushed off the puck. Right in front of the net. In back of the goal. Over to Marha. Anaheim trying to tie it up. Snagged by Adair.
That's a good scoring opportunity. It goes down as a quality chance.
Penalty call stops the action, and the Stars will have the man advantage.
The Mighty Ducks could fall into a hole, and they may never get out.
Anaheim penalty, number 20, Steve Ruchin. 2 minutes for charging.
Ruchin, overzealous on that one.
Ruchin will end up in the box for charging. The Mighty Ducks control the draw. Anaheim chases it down. The Mighty Ducks set up shop. Over to Hull. Puck brought along by Zubov. Big drive! Hebert passes. Puck brought along by Marha. Less than a minute remaining on the power play. Gathered in, Adano. Correa gets shoved. Saved by Hebert. Cross-ice pass.
1 minute remaining.
Dallas back to get it. Offside is the signal. Draw in the neutral zone. The Mighty Ducks. Score! The Mighty Ducks with a shorthanded goal. And the game is tied.
Well, that goal really got the crowd back into the game. Oh, nifty little play there. They found a couple of seams and worked the man free.
Anaheim goal, number 8, Teemu Solani, assisted by number 5, Drew Bannister, and number 39, Travis Green.
Assist credited to Bannister and Green. Solani, King. Feeds it across. Dallas fails to cash in. The period almost over. Puck brought along by Ruchin. A long blast by Solani. We have some fisticuffs. The olive branch is waved. The number of players on the ice will remain the same here.
Anaheim penalty, number 20, Steve Ruchin. 5 minutes for fighting. Dallas penalty, number 16, Pat Verbeek. 5 minutes for fighting.
These two guys had had just enough of each other and decided it was time to drop the gloves.
5 minutes in the penalty box should cool these guys off. Face-off won by Green, and that'll do it for the second period. Anaheim won the Stars. Fun. We're ready now for the start of the third period.
We've got a close one. This one's still up in the air.
The Stars win the draw. Hull fires a slapper. Off the wall to Solani. Solani controls at the point. Right side to Madonna. Denied by Bear. Over to Hotler. In the wing. Dancing in. Right in front of the net. Shot. Doesn't connect. Holler skates it up on the wing. Holler looking on the wing. Rink wide to Madonna. Gathered in, Marshall. Anaheim with it. Score! Off the pass. Stars now find themselves trailing.
Outstanding one-timer. The puck comes to Green, and he knows what to do with it.
Marshall picks up the assist. Leclerc with it at the point. Finds Neuendijk. Doesn't connect. Anaheim to the Stars. One. Cutting in. Over to Bannister. Strublin knocked to the ice. Arha. Zubov in the corner, icing against Anaheim. Face off in the right circle. To Hull. Rink wide to Madonna. Correa zigzags his way in down the board. Big save.
Correa misfired on that puck right in front.
Gathered in by Holler. Holler at the point. Hatcher waits behind his own net. Correa knocked down.
1 minute left in the third period.
Hull races back to get it. Penalty call stops the action, and Anaheim goes on the power play.
The Mighty Ducks, a golden opportunity to open up a lead here on the mistake by the Stars.
Dallas penalty, number 4, Brett Hull. 2 minutes for charging.
The referee has to call that one. Someone could have gotten injured.
Hull will end up in the box for charging.
The Mighty Ducks able to work the puck down low when they're on the power play.
Ludwig along the board. By Bear. Solani. Score! Second by Solani. The Mighty Ducks increase their lead.
Oh, he's got his hands high up in the air. That little exercise has not had much practice this season. Mike, there was some great passing on that play. Before you knew it, the puck was in the back of the net.
Assist to Pusher and Hebert. Face off at center ice. Draw one by Sandstrom. Hull and the Stars are offside. That one out of reach. Saved by Hebert. Dallas scores on the rebound.
Hebert out of position after the initial save, and he can't do anything about the second shot. He didn't need any of his teammates on that one. He was able to do it himself.
Madonna wins the draw.
A terrific effort by Dallas. Unfortunately, they came up a little short tonight.
For my partner Darren Pang, Mike Emmerich saying good night all.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Dallas Stars, number 25, Joe Nieuwendyk. The second star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 39, Travis Green. And the first star of the game from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 8, Teemu Selanne.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thanks for joining us tonight. Along with Darren Pang, Mike Emmerich, we're just about set to drop the puck.
Great to be here, Mike. Let's take a look at the starting goalies for tonight's game. Starting for Anaheim, Guy Hebert. And in the opposite net, in goal, for Phoenix, Nikolai Habibulin.
We're ready for tonight's game in Phoenix. Draw one by Roenick. Tocchet fires away. Covered up by Hebert. People have come to expect better numbers by Tocchet.
It's one of those things you can't explain.
Face off in the left circle. Loads it up and fires. Correa races back to get it. Check by Roenick. Denied by Hebert.
Great chance there.
Green bringing it ahead. Left side to Correa. Anaheim back to get it. Numminen waits behind his own net. The Mighty Ducks set up shot. Phoenix back to get it. Rink wide to Green. The Mighty Ducks strong in overtime.
They've had great success in overtime this year.
Sullivan faces off in his own zone. Habibulin, the save.
He was right there.
Doesn't connect. Left side to Ronning. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Just out of reach. Bannister zigzags his way in down the board. Right side to Ronning. Marha pushed off the puck. Leclerc at the point. Phoenix chases it down. Pushes it up. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Anaheim back to get it. Anaheim chases it down. Bannister leading the rush. Bannister skates his way through the neutral zone. People have come to expect better numbers by Bannister.
It's one of those things you can't explain.
Face off in the left circle. Draw one by Anaheim.
1 minute remaining.
Kachuk fires a slapper. Puck brought along by Green. Dancing in. Pushes it up. Under 20 seconds remaining in the period. Loads it up and fires. Holler races back to get it. That's the end of the first period. Phoenix 0, the Mighty Ducks 0. We're just about ready for the start of the second period.
Still a lot of hockey left in this one.
One back to Teberdovsky. Cross ice pass. Left side to Holler. Solani looking. Bobby Bullock there to make the stop.
Oh, almost.
Odd man rush. Ronick in the corner. Green leading the rush. Green in the corner. Denied by Hobby Bullen. Puck brought along by Kachuk. Kachuk with the big blast. Mighty Ducks now find themselves trailing.
Hebert hung out to dry on that one. Wow, what a great shot by Kachuk. Not much to that one, Doc. Just one pass, a shot in the goal.
Draw in the neutral zone. The Mighty Ducks set up shot. Feeds it across. On the wing. Pusher with it at the point. Big blast. Diddick starts it the other way. Diddick passes. Crunch by Venice. Ouch! Marha along the board. Along the boards. Shot. Dancing in. Kick wide by Hobby Bullen. Brought along by Ronick. Blocked by Hebert. Hands it ahead to Solani. Spins. Unloads a bullet. Hands it across. Solani looking. Bobby Bullen there to make the stop. Oh, great save. To Numanen.
1 minute left in the period.
A long blast by Kachuk. Crunch by Ronick.
Korea drilled by Ronick.
Offside is the signal. Draw in the neutral zone. Gathered in by Leclerc. Shot. Pusher gets bumped. Blocked by Hebert. Luchin zigzags his way in down the board. Toronto. That's the end of the second period. Phoenix 1, the Mighty Ducks 0. We're moments away from the start of the third period.
Phoenix clinging to the lead as we head for home.
The Coyotes control the draw. Angles it off the board. Tverdovsky passes. Hebert, the save. Crockett starts it the other way. Holler fights off the check.
Brutal hitting going on in front of the net.
Marshall waits behind his own net. Solani skates his way through the neutral zone. Solani! Oh, he crushed. Ouch! A long blast by Tocchet. Marshall retrieves it. Puck brought along by Solani. Off the board.
That one looked like it was shot out of a cannon.
Marshall along the board. On the wing. Shot. Anaheim chases it down. Score! Solani with the big blast. Mighty Ducks tie the game.
Khabibulin hung out to dry on that one. Wow, what a great shot by Solani. Solani takes the pass and does the rest himself.
The draw at center ice. Off to Sullivan. Offside is the signal. Hands it to Sullivan. Walks in front. Ronning skates it up on the wing. Pusher handles the puck. Rockets one. Lines. Great. Marha at the point. Leclerc. Shooting. Carney pushed off the puck. Carney at the point. Puck brought along by Leclerc. Oh, is he crushed?
Leclerc, the fella on the wrong end of that body check.
1 minute remaining.
Leclerc retrieves it. He was belted by Ronning.
Oh!
In the corner. In the corner. Leclerc! The period almost over. retrieves it. Correa with a slap shot. Overtime is next. Phoenix won, the Mighty Ducks. A poor overtime record for Phoenix. We are set for the start of the overtime period. Rink wide to Roenick. 3 on 2 if they hurry. In the corner. Gathered in by Kachuk. Oh, his key hit.
Correa drilled by Kachuk.
Left side to Holler. Anaheim with it. Over to Kachuk. Doesn't connect. Kachuk kicking. Hebert there to make the stop. Puck brought along by Solani. Kicked out by Hobby Bulin. Impressive numbers by Hobby Bulin.
His team has given him the support he needs to win games.
Sullivan faces off in his own zone. Cross-ice pass. Sullivan controls at the point. Bannister retrieves it. On the wing, but he was across 2 lines.
Ronnie not able to find much room out there tonight.
Draw 1 by Anaheim. Hebert, the save.
He was right there.
Phoenix won, the Mighty Ducks 1. Right in front of the net. Takes a shot. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. To Salami. Bulin there to make the stop. Ronning, bringing it ahead.
Boy, that kind of hit will get your attention fast. I know it got the attention of everyone else in the building.
Marha skates gingerly back to the bench. Let's hope he's okay. Sullivan faces off in his own zone. Phoenix back to get it. Doesn't connect. Unloads a bullet. The Coyotes set up shot. Spins. Drake controls at the point. We're all tied up. Pusher gets dumped. In the corner.
1 minute left in overtime.
Bannister skates it up on the wing. Ruchin looking. Feeds it across. Kearney passes. The period almost over. Face-off won by Green. Hebert there to make the stop.
That was a close call. 5 minutes, not enough to settle anything tonight, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The 3rd star from the Phoenix Coyotes, number 7, Keith Kachuk. The 2nd star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 31, Guy Hebert. And the 1st star of the game from the Phoenix Coyotes, number 35, Nikolai Habibulin.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Greetings and welcome to Los Angeles. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Almost time for tonight's face-off.
Great to be here, Mike. Let's take a look at the starting goalies for tonight's game. In net, for Anaheim, Guy Hebert. And at the other end of the ice, in goal, for Los Angeles, Stéphane Fiset.
We are all set to drop the puck in Los Angeles. The Mighty Ducks control the draw. Right side to Robitaille. On the wing. Lonnie looking. Off the mark.
He was right there.
Side to Stumple. Correa starts it the other way. Green handles the puck. Walks in front. Taps it ahead. To Stumple. Hands it ahead to Stumple, but he was across two lines. People have come to expect better numbers by Murray.
Those numbers aren't helping his team's power play percentage.
Moger faces off in his own zone. Ziplikov retrieves it. Ziplikov with a slap shot. Ziplikov in the corner. Wrister. Over to Pusher. Leclerc gets shoved. In the corner. Doesn't connect. Ruchin starts it the other way. Ruchin controls at the point. Off to Moger. A long blast by Moger. Shooting. Gathered in by Pusher. Marha bringing it ahead. Kick wide by Fiset.
It was a close call.
That one out of reach. Finds Galley. He can't get it. Hebert retrieves it. Hebert passes. The Mighty Ducks with it. Kicked out by Fiset.
Boy, is he looking sharp.
Subpar numbers by Marha.
He's really had a hard time getting involved in the offense.
Stumple faces off in his own zone. Robitaille leading the rush. Loose puck.
1 minute left of the first period.
Gathered in by Johnson. Solani bringing it ahead. Kick wide by Fiset. Period almost over. Green skates it up on the wing.
Well, whoever gets the first goal gets a big lift.
The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. Los Angeles, 0. The Mighty Ducks, 0. We're ready now for the start of the second period.
Entertaining game so far, Mike. Both teams still looking for the upper hand.
Draw one by Green. Dancing in. Los Angeles chases it down. Quick shot. Draw in the neutral zone. Draw one by Anaheim. Robitaille on a 3-on-2. The Kings set up shot. Hebert with the chest save. Puck brought along by Green. Shot denied by Bizet.
Almost.
Johnson with it. Save by Hebert.
That was a close call.
The Mighty Ducks with it. Green retrieves it. Cutting in by Bizet. Feeds it along to Moger. Gathered in by Siplikov. Marha with it at the point. Save by Bizet. Right there. Score! Marha puts it in on the rebound. The Kings now find themselves trailing.
When you leave a rebound like that, your only hope is that one of your defensemen can get to it.
The goal is under review.
They're checking upstairs to make sure no one was in the crease.
There's definitely someone in the area. We'll have to see how they call it.
The goal will stand.
Good call by the referee.
Anaheim goal, number 10, Josef Marha, assisted by number 20, Steve Ruchin.
Draw in the neutral zone. Correa with it at the point. Gathered in by Robitaille. Shot. Hebert with the chest save.
Almost.
Johnson looking. Johnson passes to Stumple. Anaheim would love to have an insurance goal. Kicked out by Hebert. Goes to Solani. Duchesne takes a little shove on the wing. Los Angeles chases it down.
1 minute left in the second period.
Correa with a shot. Dancing in to Robitaille. Solani pushed off the puck. Stumple leading the rush. Saved by Hebert. Gathered in by Stumple. That's the end of the second period. Anaheim 1, the Kings 0. We're ready now for the start of the third period.
This should be an exciting finish, Mike.
Draw one by Anaheim. Offside, Los Angeles. Los Angeles spent some time in the penalty box this season. Draw in the neutral zone. Solani along the boards. He missed the net. In back of the goal. They score! Correa finds the back of the net. And that stretches the lead.
Trisset, beaten by that quick one-timer. Solani to Green. He slides it over to Correa, and he does the rest.
Anaheim goal, number 9, Paul Correa, assisted by number 39, Travis Green, and number 8, Teemu Solani.
Assist credited to Green and Solani. Walks in front. Hands it to Johnson. Stumple leading the rush. Kicked wide by Hebert.
Ooh, chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
Slap shot. Right side to Robitaille. Marshall pushed off the puck. Solani zigzags his way in down the boards. Stumple skates his way through the neutral zone. The Kings set up shop. Marshall bringing it ahead. Marshall tees it up. Green off the puck. With the chest save.
That was a good chance. They were just unable to convert.
Crunch by Ciplikov.
That's what you call physical hockey.
In the corner. Nordstrom skates it up on the wing. The play is called back for offside. Chin not putting up the numbers he has in the past in goals.
He'll really have to pick up his play to reach his normal output.
Face off at center ice. Johnson pushed off the puck. Loads it up and fires. Outside to Johnson. Puck brought along by Johnson. Just out of reach. Marshall along the boards.
1 minute remaining.
Green fires a slapper. Duchesne sets it up. He passes. The play is called back for offside. Stood up by Ciplikov. Under 20 seconds remaining in the period. Rink wide to Bannister. Los Angeles trails. The final horn sounds. The Mighty Ducks. For my partner Darren Pang, this is Mike Emmerich saying so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 10, Josef Marhan. Second star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 9, Paul Correa. And the first star of the game from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 31, Guy Hebert.
Say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Anaheim. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Hello again, everyone.
Always a pleasure to work with you, Mike. Let's look at the goaltending matchup for tonight's game. In goal for Edmonton, Bob Essenza. And in the opposite net, starting for Anaheim, Guy Hebert.
We're just about ready for the start of tonight's game in Anaheim. Green wins the draw. Holler along the board. Solani zigzags his way in down the board. Takes a shot. Left side to Correa. Shooting. In the corner. Feeds it across. Cross ice pass. Wait, fires away. Anaheim back to get it. Smith gets bumped. Solani zigzags his way in down the boards. Doesn't connect. Hebert, the corner. That one out of reach. Correa along the boards. Correa at the point. Doesn't connect. Hebert retrieves it. Along to Marshall. Solani leading the rush. Rockets one. Solani slammed into the board.
Whoever scores the first goal, that's a huge lift.
Hip check by Smith. Transfers the puck to Correa. Green skates his way through the neutral zone. Shooting. Subpar numbers by Correa.
Normally, he'll put a few more home than that.
Lindgren faces off in his own zone. Cross ice pass. Marha bringing it ahead.
1 minute left in the first period.
Marha kicked out by Essenza.
Tremendous save.
It hit the goalpost. Over to Lindgren. Lindgren looking. Bannister sets it up. Puck brought along. Bannister. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. Anaheim 0, the Oilers 0. We're just about ready for the start of the second period.
Entertaining game so far, Mike. Both teams still looking for the upper hand.
Green wins the draw. Solani fires away. Edmonton on a 3-on-2. In the corner. Holler skates his way through the neutral zone. Holler! Guerin bringing it ahead. Hey, pushed off the puck. Oh, his key hit.
That was absolutely brutal.
Over to Holler. Mighty Ducks with it. Hands it to Wait. Holler zigzags his way in down the boards. Green scores! Green one times at home. Oilers now find themselves trailing.
Brilliant one-timer. Great tape-to-tape passing. Correa to Holler to Green. And the puck's in the back of the net.
Anaheim goal, number 39, Travis Green. Assisted by number 3, Kevin Haller. And number 9, Paul Correa.
The draw at center ice. Bannister races back to get it. Advances the puck to Lindgren. Lindgren got it in, but an offside call. Wow, what a bone-jarring hit. Ouch! Edmonton whistled for being offside. Draw in the neutral zone. Face-off won by Lindgren. Leclerc with it. The Mighty Ducks set up shop. Lindgren passes. Save by Essenza.
With chances like that, keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
He was belted by Marchand.
Boy, was he punished.
Save by Hebert.
Boy, is he looking sharp.
The Oilers looking for the equalizer. In the corner. Ruchin! Marchand bringing it ahead. Bookberger with it at the point.
1 minute left of the second period.
Cut off by Marha. Leclerc with a shot. Face off to the right of the net. Draw one by the Oilers. Guerin with a shot. Save by Hebert.
Tremendous save.
Smith starts it the other way. On the wing. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. Anaheim 1, the Oilers 0. We're ready now for the start of the third period.
This should be an exciting finish, Mike.
The Mighty Ducks win the draw. A long blast by Correa. Think wide to wait. On the wing. Marshall at the point. Didn't get through. Fifth eating the rush. Wait. Takes a little shove. Holler to Green. Walks in front. Off to Marshall. Dancing in. Right in front of the net. Intercepted by Correa. Finds Guerin. Correa bringing it ahead. Unloads a bullet. The Oilers with it. Leclerc at the point. Shot. That one out of reach. In the corner. He can't get it. Anaheim would love to have an insurance goal. Pusher leading the rush. He was belted by Nienema.
Oh!
Edmonton chases it down. Walks in front. Kicked out by Hebert. Marhoff skates his way through the neutral zone. Knocked away.
Tremendous save.
Anaheim strong in overtime.
They've had great success in overtime this year.
Wait faces off in his own zone. Loads it up and fires. Smith skates his way through the neutral zone.
1 minute left in the third period.
The Mighty Ducks on a 3-on-2. Rink wide to Green. Long to wait. The Mighty Ducks set up shop. 20 seconds left in the period. Mironov races back to get it. Just out of reach. Played into the corner. Offside, Edmonton. Face off at center ice. Won by Ruchin. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the game.
A terrific effort by Edmonton. Unfortunately, they came up a little short tonight.
For my partner Darren Pang, Mike Emmerich saying good night all.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 9, Paul Correa. The second star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 39, Travis Green. And the first star of the game from the Edmonton Oilers, number 30, Bob Essenza.
God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Along with Darren Pang, Mike Emmerich, we're just about set to drop the puck.
Great to be here, Mike. Let's take a look at the starting goalies for tonight's game. Getting the nod in goal for Anaheim, Guy Hebert. And in the opposite net, in goal for Calgary, and Reggett.
We're ready to get underway in Calgary. Mighty Ducks control the draw. Gathered in by Allison. Finds Bure. Takes a shot. Maria retrieves it. Shoots. Solani bringing it ahead. In the corner. Advances the puck to Bure. Solani gets shoved. Hammered into the boards.
If you're not paying attention, you'll pay the price.
Solani skates it up on the wing. Slap shot. Wrist shot. Passon hurls it off the boards. Holler looking. Reggett. The save. Shoot. Big save.
The Mighty Ducks starting to take control of this game right now.
Castle faces off in his own zone. In the corner. Feeds it across. Cross-ice pass. Pushes it up.
Crowd is waiting for something to happen right now.
Shot. Ruchin with it. Ruchin fires away. Tamarha. Reggett with the chest save.
Boy, is he looking sharp.
Aginla at the point. Whistled for a two-line pass. A good overtime record for Anaheim.
This team really turns it up in overtime.
Face off to the right of the net. Shoot! To Morris. Off the wall to Bure. Feeds it across. Walks in front.
1 minute remaining.
To Stillman. Right in front of the net. Over to Basson. Takes a shot. Worked ahead to Basson. Under 20 seconds remaining in the period. Kicked wide by Hebert.
Ooh, chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
That's the end of the first period. Calgary 0, the Mighty Ducks 0. We're just about ready for the start of the second period.
Still a lot of hockey left in this one.
Draw one by Anaheim. Kick wide by Reagan. On the wing. Bure leading the rush. Passing. A drive. Passing in the corner. Feeds it across. Green zigzags his way in down the boards. Morris waits behind his own net. Pushes it up. Marshall starts it the other way. Green fights off the check. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Kicked out by Reagan. Bure skates his way through the neutral zone. Correa, it's a little shove. Solani controls at the point. Brothers to Reagan. Simpson starts it the other way. On the wing.
Whoever scores the first goal, that's a huge lift.
Reagan, the save.
Little chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
Doesn't connect. Weimer controls at the point. Dancing in. Blocked by Bear.
That was a good opportunity.
The Mighty Ducks with it. Kicked out by Reagan.
That's a good scoring opportunity. It goes down as a quality chance.
Pusher at the point. Pusher gets bumped.
1 minute left in the second period.
Castle with it. Right in front of the net. Bear got a piece of it.
Bear. Boy, is he looking sharp.
Marha at the point. Saved by Reagan.
That's a good scoring opportunity. It goes down as a quality chance.
Bure skates it up on the wing. Slap shot. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. Calgary 0, the Mighty Ducks 0. We're ready now for the start of the third period.
Tight game. This could go either way.
Green wins the draw. Bassett controls at the point. Correa skates his way through the neutral zone. Kicked out by Reagan. Goes to Bassett. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Kicked out by Reagan.
Oh, almost.
The Mighty Ducks will be assessed a penalty, and the Mighty Ducks will be short-handed.
Oh, not a good penalty. Calgary with a chance to take the lead now.
Anaheim penalty, number 8, Teemu Solani. 4 minutes for charging.
Getting cheap shotted like that can't feel good.
Penalty called by the referee. Solani will head to the box.
Teams just haven't been able to crack the short-handed unit for the Ducks.
Won by Anaheim. Correa with it at the point. Outside to Bure. Albaline hurls it off the board. Bure tees it up. Cross-ice pass. Ruchin leading the rush. Reagan there to make the stop.
That was a good chance. They were just unable to convert.
Doesn't connect. Ruchin skates it up on the wing. Puck brought along by Ruchin. Rink wide to Correa. Feeds it across. Castle along the boards. Bure on a 3-on-2. Rink wide to Holler. Anaheim with it. In the corner. Shot. People have come to expect better numbers by Ruchin.
It's one of those things you can't explain.
Face off in the left circle. Pusher retrieves it. Pusher looking. Pusher in the corner. Pushes it out. Bannister pushed off the puck. Loads it up and fires. Nylander scores! Calgary, a power play goal. The Mighty Ducks now find themselves trailing.
Oh, that puck was bouncing like a lacrosse ball, and it found its way through.
The draw at center ice, just out of reach.
1 minute left in regulation.
Smothered. Reagan. Marhoff races back to get it. In behind the goal. Over to Leclerc. 20 seconds left in the period. Ruchin with a shot. Bure along the board. The Flames, too much tonight. Win credited to Reagan.
A terrific effort by Anaheim. Unfortunately, they came up a little short tonight.
For my partner Darren Pang, this is Mike Emmerich saying so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 31, Guy Hebert. The second star from the Calgary Flames, number 92, Michael Nylander. And the first star of the game from the Calgary Flames, number 31, Ken Regent.
God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard.
Welcome to Vancouver. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Hello again, everyone.
Always a pleasure to work with you, Mike. Let's look at the goaltending matchup for tonight's game. Getting the nod in goal for Anaheim, Guy Hebert. And at the other end of the ice, starting for Vancouver, Garth Snow.
We're ready to get underway in Vancouver. Green wins the draw. Takes a shot. Short pass to Solani. Karam's off the board. Walks in front. Wow, what a bone-jarring hit.
Korea, punish.
Messier along the board. Hebert with the chest save.
Holy jumping. What a save.
Rocket slug. May skates his way through the neutral zone. Korea along the board. Korea gets bumped. Big drive. Marshall hurls it off the boards. Solani scores! Solani with the big blast. The Canucks now find themselves trailing.
No chance for the goaltender on that one. There's no way I would have had it. Perfectly placed shot by Solani. Pass, and the puck's in the back of the net.
Face off in neutral ice. Brought along by Marha. Unloads a bullet. Hands it to Zezel. Zezel at the point. Bannister waits behind his own net. Zezel shooting. Naslin! Along the boards. Rink wide to Leclerc. Vancouver back to get it. Bertuzzi skates his way through the neutral zone. Drive! McCabe takes a little shove. Feeds it across. Big shot. To Marha. Marha along the boards. Shot. Ruchin retrieves it.
1 minute remaining.
In the corner. Wrist shot. Snow covers it. Olin passes it. Marshall skates it up on the wing. Intercepted by Korea. Korea handles the puck. The play is called back for offside. Crushed by May.
Marshall, punish.
That's the end of the first period. Anaheim 1, the Canucks 0. We're ready now for the start of the second period.
Oh, it's still anyone's game. This one could go down to the wire.
Draw one by Vancouver. Korea with the slap shot. Just out of reach. Cross-ice pass. Bure bringing it ahead. Finds Marshall. Salami rolls at the point. Snow, the save.
Boy, he got great wood on that shot.
The Mighty Ducks ruled offside. Poor offensive numbers being posted by Anaheim.
Mighty Ducks having a hard time getting the puck behind anybody.
Face off in neutral ice. Zezel races back to get it. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Bertuzzi starts it the other way. McCabe in the corner. On the wing. Oh, is he crushed? To Zezel. Kicked wide by Hebert.
That was a good opportunity.
Hands it to Bertuzzi. To Pusher. Anaheim 1, the Canucks 0. Snow is it. Maslin at the point. Bannister zigzags his way in down the board. Gathered in by Ruchin. Didn't get through. Tuzi controls at the point. Pusher skates it up on the wing. Pusher, hip check. Play stops as a penalty is called. And the Canucks will be short-handed.
Anaheim getting a good opportunity here to cushion their lead.
Vancouver penalty, number 23, Brian McCabe. 2 minutes for charging.
Getting cheap shotted like that can't feel good.
McCabe will end up in the box for charging.
Anaheim able to work the puck down low when they're on the power play.
One back, Leclerc. Leclerc trolls at the point. Crunch by Hedican.
That was absolutely brutal.
1 minute left in the period.
On the wing. Saved by Hebert. Gathered in by Hebert. The Mighty Ducks on the power play. Two-line pass is called. Kicked out by Hebert. Hebert starts it the other way. Solani leading the rush. That's the end of the second period. Anaheim 1, the Canucks 0. We are set for the start of the third period.
Vancouver still in this one, but man, time's running out.
Draw one by the Mighty Ducks. Rings the post. Snow with the chest save.
Holy jumping! What a save!
Pusher in the corner. Power play opportunity squandered by Anaheim. Ruchin in the corner. Tamarha. Snow with the glove save.
Tremendous save!
Cross ice pass. Hey there, the save.
Ooh, chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
Bottled up by Solani. Shot. McCabe is the board to Naslin. Big save.
That was a laser beam of a shot.
Just out of reach. The Mighty Ducks set up shop. Vancouver trying to tie it up. Maria tees it up. Barron waits behind his own net. Anaheim back to get it. Bertuzzi gets bumped. Walks. He scores! Hey there, beaten by the wrist shot. And that goal ties it up.
That goal should provide an emotional lift for Vancouver. Zezel made that one happen all by himself.
Draw in the neutral zone. Chin wins the draw. Gathered in by Bannister. Loads it up and fires. Leclerc controls at the point. On the wing. Bure over the line ahead of the puck. Bure having a good year.
His extra scoring has really been a pleasant surprise and has really bolstered this team.
Face off at center ice. Feeds it along to Bure. They score! The first shot was denied, but the second found its way through. The Canucks take the lead.
Hebert out of position after the initial save, and he can't do anything about the second shot. Bure took the puck, and he put it in the net.
No assists on the goal by Bure. Gathered in by Snow.
1 minute left in the third period.
Snow grabs it. Link wide to Messier. Cut off by Messier. 3-on-2. Karam's off the boards. Marha retrieves it. Snow.
No, boy, is he looking sharp.
Dancing in, and that will do it. Canucks pull this one out.
A valiant effort by Anaheim. Unfortunately, they came up a little short tonight.
For my partner Darren Pang, this is Mike Emmerich saying so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Number 8, Teemu Solani. The second star from the Vancouver Canucks. Number 10, Pavel Bure. And the first star of the game from the Vancouver Canucks. Number 22, Peter Zezel.
God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Welcome to Edmonton. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Hello again, everyone.
Always a pleasure to work with you, Mike. Let's look at the goaltending matchup for tonight's game. Getting the nod in goal for Anaheim, Guy Hebert. And in the other net, starting for Edmonton, Bob Essenza.
We're ready to get underway in Edmonton. One back to Lonnie. Loads it up and fires. Wow, what a bone-jarring hit. The Mighty Ducks set up shot. Solani gets shoved. Solani behind. Score! Solani with the big blast. Oilers now find themselves trailing.
That was a great shot. He was just able to squeak it into the corner. Solani took the puck and he put it in the net.
Face off in neutral ice. One back, Marhoff. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Right in front of the net. Edmonton back to get it. Anaheim chases it down. Bannister bringing it ahead. They score! A blistering shot by Bannister. And that stretches the lead.
Doc, he picked the corner and nailed that one. Bannister took the puck and he put it in the net.
Draw in the neutral zone. Taps it ahead. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Kick wide by Hebert.
Ooh, chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
Finds. Wait. Guerin starts it the other way. A long blast by Guerin. Taps it ahead. Solani leading the rush. Kick wide by Essenza.
Boy, he can get a lot on his shot.
Short pass to Wait. Marshall starts it the other way. The Mighty Ducks with it. Pushes it up. Marshall pushed off the puck. Correa zigzags his way in down the boards. Doesn't connect. The Oilers control at the point. Correa with it. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Didn't get through. Cutting in. The Oilers control the draw.
1 minute left of the first period.
Lindgren races back to get it. Rink wide to Ruchin. Right in front of the net. The period almost over. On the wing, Anaheim chases it down. The Mighty Ducks out in front. That's the end of the first period. Anaheim 2, the Oilers 0. We're moments away from the start of the second period. The Mighty Ducks win the draw. By Essence.
That was a good opportunity.
Salami checked into the board.
Oh, he knocked him into next week.
Oh, is he crushed?
If you're not paying attention, you'll pay the price.
Walks in front. Advances the puck to Solani. The Mighty score! Another goal by Solani. The Oilers find themselves trailing by even more.
He got real good wood on that one. That's about as well as he can fire it. One pass, and the puck's in the back of the net.
Face off at center ice. Leclerc leading the rush. Big blast. Leads it at close. Didn't get through. Ruchin trolls at the point. Nienema sets it up. Marchand skates it up on the wing. Right in front of the net. Right side to Marchand. Finds Bookberger. Edmonton back to get it. Bookberger tees it up. On the wing. Marchand scores! Marchand finds the back of the net.
That goal is going to get the crowd right back into this game. Marchand takes the pass and does the rest himself.
The draw at center ice. Guerin bringing it ahead. Right side to Smith. Smith races back to get it. Hebert, the save. Wait, looking. Intercepted by Smith. Puck brought along by Green. Essenza starts it the other way. Wait aids his way through the neutral zone. Marshall retrieves it. Pushes it up. Anaheim on a 3-on-2. In the corner. Blocked by Essenza.
Chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
Second period.
Kick wide by Essenza. Great chance there. The Mighty Ducks leading. Marchand, a drive. Cross ice pass. Kick wide by Essenza.
It's a good scoring opportunity. It goes down as a quality chance.
And that'll do it for the second period. Anaheim 3, the Oilers 1. We're just about ready for the start of the third period. One back to Mironov. Essenza in the corner. Shoots! Solani set at the point. Gathered in by Correa. Nice pass. Solani fights off the check. Right in front of the net. Gathered in by Correa. Feeds it across. Nice pass. Right side to Wait. Big drive. Smith starts it the other way. Solani bringing it ahead. Essenza gloves it.
Man, he gets a lot on this shot.
Holler at the point. Kick wide by Essenza. Face off to the right of the net. Bannister trolls at the point. Essenza got a piece of that one. The Mighty Ducks leading. Marchand in the corner. Marchand in the corner. Snared by Hebert. Hebert there to make the stop. Just out of reach. Stoppage of play on a two-line pass. Face-off won by Green. Solani leading the rush. Essenza there to make the stop.
Tremendous save.
Wait! Over the wall!
I hope he still remembers his name after that hit.
Green races back to get it. Rockets one. Mironov pushed off the puck.
1 minute left of the third period.
That was a two-line pass. Face off in the right circle. Crunched by Marchand.
Oh, that was a pretty good takeout.
Leclerc at the point. Saved by Essenza. Edmonton back to get it. Edmonton chases it down. Shoots it into the corner. An injured player down.
Sometimes something goes numb for a little while, and then it comes around. Oh, that was a bone-crushing hit. That's the type of hit that could give your driver's license a black eye.
Lindgren skates gingerly back to the bench. Let's hope he's okay. The draw at center ice. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the game. For my partner, Darren Pang, this is Mike Emmerich saying so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Edmonton Oilers, number 26, Todd Marchand. The second star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 5, Drew Bannister. And the first star of the game from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 8, Teemu Solani.
say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Greetings and welcome to Anaheim. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Almost time for tonight's face-off.
Great to be here, Mike. Let's take a look at the starting goalies for tonight's game. Starting for San Jose, Mike Vernon. And in the opposite net, in goal for Anaheim, Guy Hebert.
We're ready for tonight's game in Anaheim. One back, Korea. Big flag. Left side to Marshall. Salami skates it up on the wing. Rings the post.
Oh, he had him beaten.
Stoppage of play on a two-line pass. A good overtime record for Anaheim.
This team really turns it up in overtime.
Face off to the right of the net. In the corner. Doesn't connect. Left side to Ricci. Sturm skates his way through the neutral zone. Ruchin takes a little shove. Hebert there to make the stop.
That's a good scoring opportunity. It goes down as a quality chance.
In the corner. Kicked wide by Vernon.
Ooh, chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
Anaheim with it. Pusher in the corner. Kicked out by Vernon.
That was a good opportunity.
Rebound. Holler looking. Nolan in the corner. That one out of reach. The Shark set up shot. Salami gets bumped. Didn't get through. Holler. Check by Friesen. San Jose chases it down. In the corner. Hammered into the boards. Ouch! Stood up by Korea. In the wing. Shot. Green bumped.
1 minute left in the period.
Marlowe looking. Friesen races back to get it. Lost the puck. Friesen pushed off the puck. Loads it up and fires. Tied up by Marha. Hey there, the save.
Ooh, chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
That's the end of the first period. Anaheim 0, the Sharks 0. We're moments away from the start of the second period.
Still a lot of hockey left in this one.
One back to Marchment. Marlowe looking. Haller races back to get it. Solani leading the rush. Kicked out by Vernon.
Boy, he got great wood on that shot.
He scores! Marlowe finds the range. The Sharks take the lead.
He got all of it. That one beat the goaltender cleanly. There was some great passing on that play. Before you knew it, the puck was in the back of the net.
Face-off won by Ruchin. Loads it up and fires. Sturm bringing it ahead. Puck brought along by Matteau. Hebert sets it up. Marha races back to get it. Cross-ice pass. The Sharks set up shop. Leclerc hurls it off the boards. Marha tees it up. The Mighty Ducks set up shop. San Jose on a 3-on-2. Anaheim chases it down. The Mighty Ducks looking for the equalizer. Bannister at the point. Finds Ricci. Breakaway. Shoot! Cross-ice pass. Marha bringing it ahead. Marha scores! Marha with the big blast. And we're all tied up.
That goal is going to get the crowd right back into this game. Mike, there was some great passing on that play. Before you knew it, the puck was in the back of the net.
The draw at center ice. Advances the puck to Friesen. Marshall races back to get it. Icing whistled against San Jose. Marshall, a disappointing year so far.
Oh, Lady Luck hasn't been on his side. He's not getting any easy points, and that has kept his scoring down.
It's off in the right circle. The Sharks win the draw. Green in the corner. And they score! Korea finds the back of the net. Mighty Ducks are out in front.
Vernon, no chance on that one.
The goal is under review.
The goal is being reviewed for a possible crease violation.
Let's see. Does the player enter the crease before the puck does?
No goal.
After the review, no goal.
New life for the Sharks.
Face off in neutral ice. The Mighty Ducks control the draw. Solani controls at the point. Along to Marlowe.
1 minute remaining.
Marshall at the point. Kicked wide by Vernon. Nolan skates his way through the neutral zone. Pass picked off Marlowe. 20 seconds left in the period. Marchment retrieves it. Finds Nolan. And that'll do it for the second period. Anaheim 1, the Sharks 1. We are set for the start of the third period.
We've got a close one. This one's still up in the air.
The Sharks win the draw. Anaheim back to get it. Rink wide to Marlowe. Big blast. Holler takes a little shove. To Marlowe. The Mighty Ducks control at the point. Mason takes a little shove. Marlowe drives. Long to Holler. Over to Friesen. Solani races back to get it. Kicked out by Vernon.
That was a good chance. They were just unable to convert.
Marlowe zigzags his way in down the board. Solani with it at the point. Kicked wide by Vernon. Doesn't connect. Marshall skates it up on the wing. Green with a shot. Draw one by Ricci. That one out of reach. Anaheim won, the Sharks won. Pusher leading the rush. Pusher in the corner. Sturm with it. Hebert there to make the stop.
Oh, great save!
The Mighty Ducks with it. In the corner.
1 minute remaining.
That one out of reach. The Mighty Ducks set up shot. He can't get it. Wow, what a bone-jarring hit.
Feisty game with both teams doing a lot of checking.
Off to Marha. Marha looking. Overtime is next. Anaheim won, the Sharks won. We're just about ready for the start of the overtime period. Ragnarsson retrieves it. That one out of reach. Dancing in. Kicked out by Hebert.
That was a close call.
Nolan on the board. Big save. Rink wide to Marshall. Marchman zigzags his way in down the board. Pushes it up. Cutting in! Saved by Vernon.
That one looked like it was shot out of a cannon.
Holler takes a little shove. Feeds it along to Solani. Right in front of the net! Gathered in by Leclerc. Bottled up by Ruchin. Ricci zigzags his way in down the boards. Ricci got it in, but an offside call. To McKenzie. Cross ice pass. Zayuzin skates it up on the wing. Zayuzin looking. Over to Banham. Trinka checked into the boards.
Nickel, physical in this game right off the hop.
Banham. A drive. Crunched by Zayuzin.
That's what you call physical hockey.
Anaheim back to get it. Knifed away by Craven. The Mighty Ducks set up shop. San Jose back to get it.
1 minute left in overtime.
Hebert in the corner. That one out of reach. Ragnarsson along the boards. Anaheim won the Sharks. One. Time running down in the period. Saved by Vernon.
He was right there.
Into the corner.
That one could have gone either way, but they'll each have to settle for 1 point.
For my partner Darren Pang, Mike Emmerich saying good night all.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the San Jose Sharks, number 14, Patrick Marleau. The second star from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, number 10, Josef Marha. And the first star of the game from the San Jose Sharks, number 29, Mike Vernon.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello everyone, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Welcome to San Jose.
Electric atmosphere here tonight, Mike. Let's meet tonight's starting goaltenders. Between the pipes, for Anaheim, Guy Hebert. And at the other end of the ice, for San Jose, Mike Vernon.
We're live in San Jose. Won by Anaheim. He was belted by Nolan.
Oh, that was a pretty good takeout.
Marleau appears to be shaken up.
Sometimes something goes numb for a little while, and then it comes around. Marleau looked like he was caught off guard as he fell awkwardly.
Marleau looks like he's in some pain. Face off to the left of the net. Face off won by Granato. Over to Granato. Solani with it at the point. Gathered in by Nolan. Doesn't connect. Solani races back to get it. Rockets one. In the corner. San Jose back to get it. Cutting in. Kicked out by Vernon.
Oh, he really got a hold of that one.
Nolan skates his way through the neutral zone. Marchman with it at the point. Solani bringing it ahead. Kick wide by Vernon. Doesn't connect. Holler into the bench.
Oh, that was a pretty good takeout.
Anaheim back to get it.
Crowd right now is waiting for something to happen.
Crunch by Green.
Oh!
Feeds it across. Feeds it along to Granato. To Nolan. Nolan takes a little shove. A long blast by Green. Solani! Denied by by Vernon.
Ooh, chances like that keep the statisticians busy downstairs.
Rush by Granato.
He was completely leveled.
Nolan over the line ahead of the puck. People have come to expect better numbers by Nolan.
It's one of those things you can't explain.
The draw at center ice. Marha not putting up the numbers he has in the past in points.
It's one of those things you can't explain.
Face off at center ice. Bannister pushed off the puck. Sturm leading the rush. Stoppage of play on a two-line pass. Marha not putting up the numbers he has in the past in goals.
He'll really have to pick up his play to reach his normal output.
Draw in the neutral zone. Draw one by Ricci.
1 minute left in the period.
Hebert starts it the other way. Marha races back to get it. Marha looking. In the corner. Under 20 seconds remaining in the period. Matteau skates his way through the neutral zone. Kick wide by Hebert. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. San Jose, 0. The Mighty Ducks, 0. We're moments away from the start of the second period.
Entertaining game so far, Mike. Both teams still looking for the upper hand.
Green wins the draw. Slap shot. San Jose chases it down. Big drive. Reason skates it up on the wing. Granato drive. Shoots. Gathered in by Solani. Solani at the point. Kick wide by Vernon.
Oh boy, he really got a hold of that one.
On the wing. Marshall gets shoved. Vernon passes. Nolan pushed off the puck. He missed the net. Marshall races back to get it. On the wing. Odd man rush. Finds Reed. Over to Sturm. Stood up by Ruchin. Ahead to Ricci. The play is called back for offside. Face off in neutral ice. Ricci skates his way through the neutral zone. The Mighty Ducks with it. Crunch by Suter.
Oh, that was a pretty good takeout.
Pusher along the board. Leclerc over the line ahead of the puck. Leclerc not putting up the numbers he has in the past in power play goals.
Those numbers aren't helping his team's power play percentage.
The draw at center ice. Solani in the corner. That one out of reach. San Jose back to get it. Got a scrap. 5-minute majors, they earned them. Those players will be substituted for.
San Jose penalty, number 27, Brian Marchment. 5 minutes for fighting. Anaheim penalty, number 8, Teemu Solani. 5 minutes for fighting.
Each guy wanted a piece of the other guy, and they got their wish.
5 minutes apiece for the combatants. Draw in the neutral zone. Over to Friesen. Hammered into the boards.
Sandstrom, physical in this game right from the start.
Saved by Vernon.
Oh, almost.
1 minute remaining.
Friesen bringing it ahead. Score! Friesen with the wrist shot. The Mighty Ducks now find themselves trailing.
Hebert had that one sneak past him. Oh, nifty little play there. They found a couple of seams and worked a man free.
Face off in neutral ice. Leclerc controls at the point. Vernon, the save.
That was a good opportunity.
The period almost over. Pusher in the corner. Matteau skates his way through the neutral zone. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. San Jose 1, the Mighty Ducks 0. We're just about ready for the start of the third period.
This should be a great finish, Mike.
One back to Ragnarsson. Odd man rush. Correa bringing it ahead. Vernon there to make the stop.
Man, he gets a lot on his shot.
He can't get it. Friesen plays the board to Marlowe. San Jose chases it down. Sandstrom skates his way through the neutral zone. Green! Saved by Vernon. Feeds it along to Marlowe. Right side to Sandstrom. The Mighty Ducks with it. Goes to Marlowe. Holler gets bumped. Nolan fires away. Anaheim back to get it. Sandstrom with it. Big blast. Green starts it the other way. Correa, the corner. Right in front of the net. Covered up by Vernon. There, retrieves it. Advances the puck to Pusher. San Jose would love to have an insurance goal. Stood up by Sturm. Feeds it across. Odd man rush. Bannister races back to get it. Anaheim with it. Shooting!
1 minute left of the third period.
Luchin with a shot. Holler retrieves it. Holler looking. Wow, what a bone-jarring hit. The Sharks get called for the penalty, and Anaheim gets a chance on the power play.
Not a good penalty for the Sharks. Penalty could really come back to haunt them.
San Jose penalty. Number 11, Owen Nolan. 4 minutes for charging.
That was unnecessary, and the referee saw it.
Nolan into the box for charging. Ichi faces off in his own zone. Under 20 seconds remaining in the period. Hebert out to play it. The Mighty Ducks on the power play. That will do it.